Hello, my name is Crystal Heshmat. I'm a professor at Empire State College. What I would like to present to you today is the Defense Against the Dark Arts, Discerning Calculus with Maple and Harry Potter by Zina, Doctorovich, and myself. Zina is a student at Empire State College, and as you can see in the picture, we have our heroes, Ron, Harry, and Hermione. All right, and let's move on to the next slide. In a distance learning Calculus 1 course offered by Empire State College, alternate weeks involve Maple projects. In the hopes of inspiring others, this talk will present the Maple projects created by Zina Doctorovich and edited by me. Zina is a pre-med student. She takes classes at Empire State College online through the Distance Learning Center. She also works full-time in New York City. Unfortunately, with the way things worked out with train schedules and other transportation considerations, she wasn't going to be able to make it to Union College until 11 a.m., but our presentation time is 10 a.m. With this schedule mismatch, what we decided to do was have Zina record herself, and we'll watch some of these videos. I think this will work out very nicely. All right, here we go.
Now, you may be wondering why or how I decided to apply the wonderful world of Harry Potter to my Calculus 1 course. I would like to ask all of you, why not apply the world of Harry Potter to all your courses? J.K. Rowling set up a multifaceted place that, besides its standard magic and spells, is very much like the world in which you and I live. Everyone in the world of Harry Potter all deal with heartbreak, loss, family drama, and of course, all those dreaded exams. So you see, our two worlds are merely mirror images of each other. I would like to encourage each and every one of you to take something you love or admire from history, movies, or even your favorite novel and apply it to your own classes. I'm sure that you will find the subject all the more enjoyable and much easier to understand. And you will never have to worry about your magic wand misfiring and causing you to upchuck slugs for part of the semester. Poor Ron.
So here are the standard instructions for the Module 1 Maple assignment. It says create your own piecewise function that has 3 pieces and is defined for all real values of x. At least one of your pieces should be something more complicated than a line. After defining your function, include one or more plots that represent the pertinent characteristics. At the end of your Maple file, include a paragraph sharing what you learned and any difficulties you found. And this assignment just by itself is fairly standard for math classes. For an online distance learning class, one of the challenges that we have is to have an interactive and sort of rich learning community. And how do we create that when all of us are logging in asynchronously and we're in different parts of the country or different parts of the world? How do we actually make this happen? So what we ask students to do is to participate in the discussion forum on at least 2 different days throughout the module. For the main post with the draft project to be considered timely, it must be completed by Thursday of the week that it's due. Final drafts are due on Sunday. Then in addition to the main post with the project, we ask students to provide significant constructive comments to at least 2 other students' posts. A significant constructive comment is more than a good job or a me too type of post. It must enrich or further the discussion in some way. So after Zina had done the standard version of this assignment, I got introduced for the first time to her creative side and got to see an example, which you'll see in a moment. And one thing I wanted to point out is that in the modification of this assignment, the version that she will give us starts at greater than 0. You'll see 0 less than x on the graph, and that's because it doesn't make sense for the kids to buy any less than 1 piece of candy. So here we go.
Now, here is a Harry Potter example of a piecewise function. Harry Potter, Hermione Granger, and Ron Weasley are on the Hogwarts Express heading towards school. The Honeydukes Express trolley is coming around and many scrumptious treats are being sold. Harry, Hermione, and Ron noticed that 1 to 3 boxes of chocolate frogs would cost 6 gold coins per box. Now, if they were to buy 4 to 6 boxes of jelly slugs, it would cost 5 gold coins per box. And buying 7 or more cauldron cakes would cost 4 gold coins per cake. Now, here is the piecewise function to this problem. 0 is less than x, which is less than or equal to 3, such that 6x. And 3 is less than x, which is less than or equal to 6, such that 5x. And finally, x is greater than 6, such that 4x. Now, I would like to note how before I separate the lines in this graph, the graph looks a lot like a lightning bolt. Is it a coincidence that this graph looks like the scar that's on Harry Potter's forehead? The same scar that he received after Lord Voldemort's Avada Kedavra curse on him backfired? I think not. Wow, you see, Maple really is fun.
So here is our Module 2 Maple assignment. We ask students to select one problem from the Chapter 2 practice exercises, numbers 9 through 28, at the end of the chapter, and use Maple to solve the problem. Having this selection of exercises lets students pick one that they hopefully feel comfortable with, and also they can create a project and they can post their draft and then later their final version, and they can work together. It creates this invitation to collaboration, and people don't have to worry about, oh, this person might copy my homework assignment or something like that. So this seems to work pretty well, and we'll move on from this page and see what creative things Zina does with this idea.
Here's the Harry Potter example for limits. During their second year at Hogwarts, Harry, Hermione, and Ron suspect that their nemesis, Draco Malfoy, is the heir of Slytherin and was the one who opened up the Chamber of Secrets, thereby unleashing doom upon the whole school. In order to investigate their hunch, Hermione comes up with a brilliant plan that would allow the trio to really get to the heart of the matter. She says that she knows of a potion that would allow the 3 of them to morph into 3 of Draco's best friends temporarily. That way, they would be able to sneak into Slytherin undetected and find out for themselves if their suspicions that Draco is the heir of Slytherin are actually true, and whether or not Draco has any information regarding the Chamber of Secrets. This potion that Hermione was concocting is known as Polyjuice Potion. It is a very advanced type of potion and requires a great skill and many ingredients to make. In order to prepare the Polyjuice Potion, Hermione mixed 3 measures of fluxweed, 2 bundles of knotgrass, 4 leeches, 2 scoops of lacewick flies, 3 measures of boomslang skin, 1 measure of bicorn horn, and hair from Crab Goyle, and accidentally Millicent's cat, so that Harry, Hermione, and Ron would drink the disgusting brew after it was prepared. The formation of a polyjuice potion signifies a chemical reaction that is produced from various reactants. The different components that go into the forming of the polyjuice potion are creating new products eventually as time passes before the compound, the polyjuice potion, is complete. Now, the amount of newly formed compound, which is the polyjuice potion, is the limit of a function as the time gets closer and closer to infinity.
Here are the directions for the Module 3 Maple assignment. We want students to utilize Maple to find a derivative, include the graph of both the original function and its derivative, then find the equation of the tangent and normal lines to the given function at x equal the natural number e, and then create a single graph containing the function, its tangent line, and its normal line. This is the essential assignment, pretty standard for a Calculus 1 class. Now let's see what Zina does with it.
Here is a Harry Potter derivatives example. Harry Potter was born to play Quidditch, which is the Muggles, that is, non-magical folk, version of football, soccer, and basketball. Now, his position that he plays is seeker, and his job is to fly around on his broomstick during the game and to try to catch the golden snitch. Now, if he catches the golden snitch, his team, which is Gryffindor, will receive 150 points and will automatically win the game. Now, the problem is that the golden snitch is extremely quick and very difficult to see and catch. However, Harry's always up for the challenge. Now, during one game, Harry spots the golden snitch vertically above him. Let's say, for the sake of argument, that the other seeker on the opposing team does not see the snitch, and the snitch does not fly away. We can calculate the instantaneous velocity and instantaneous acceleration that Harry Potter would have if he can fly on his broom at a rate of 2t to the third plus 5t minus 7 meters at his second in flight in order to catch the golden snitch. Now, the velocity is the first derivative of the original function, which is the original function 2t to the third plus 5t minus 7. And the acceleration is a second derivative of the original function. So, therefore, the velocity would be 6t squared plus 5, which is the first derivative of the original function, and the acceleration would be 12t, which is the second derivative of the original function. Now, plugging in 2 seconds for the time t, we would obtain a velocity of 29 meters per second and an acceleration of 24 meters per second squared.
After all of those heartwarming Harry Potter examples, Zina and I wanted to leave you with one final idea for more fun on a rainy day. Zombies! So the zombie apocalypse is nigh. The following 3 equations represent computer models for rates of infection when the accursed virus inevitably escapes containment. And T is measured in weeks. So we have 3 proposed models. Assume an initial infection level of 113, the number of affected lab techs. Then compute what is the total number of casualties for each scenario. When does the rate of infection first begin to slow? Will humanity survive with total casualties under 7 billion? Inquiring minds want to know. Well, we have reached the conclusion. Unfortunately, we don't have any more time to share any more of Zina's terrific projects, but we hope that you are now inspired to try some fun examples in your calculus class. If you would like a copy of the Maple models and problems from this presentation, please email me at crystal.heshmat@esc.edu, or you can text or call me at 518-928-9477. I want to say thank you very much for your attention this morning, and I hope you go out and try something cool.